Morning students, Sairam, this is Megha Miss here, and today we are going to start with a new lesson students, that is our lesson number 12, study of sound. Okay, we have completed one of the lesson which was related with chemistry. Now we will do one lesson which is related with our physics. Okay, and this is our session 1. Okay students, now from the chapter name itself you must have got an idea that yes, we are going to study something related to sound. Okay, so in this chapter we are going to see about the properties of the sound, how the sound propagates. Okay, is there a particular pattern for its travel, whatever it travels, is there a particular pattern? Okay, we will see that also. Okay students, so we will continue with the lesson. Now we will start. Okay, now sound is a form of energy which creates a sensation of hearing in our ears. Yes, this energy is in the form of waves. So sound is an energy which is in the form of the waves. A medium is necessary for the propagation of sound waves. Yes, very important. You need a medium. Okay, without a medium the sound cannot be propagated. Propagated means it cannot travel. Okay. Sound waves give rise to a chain of compression, place of higher density, and a rarefaction, place of lower density in the medium. Yes, you know there is a up and down, wave. If it is a wave, you have up moment, down moments, right? So the up moment, that is of the higher density, we call it as a compression, and lower density will be your rarefaction. So like this, compression, rarefaction will be formed. Okay students, so the particles of the medium oscillate about their central or mean position. Okay, center they will oscillate in a direction parallel to the propagation of the wave. Okay, such waves are called longitudinal waves. So such waves which oscillate in the mean position or at the center, okay, and their direction is parallel to the propagation of the wave. Okay, propagation means the direction of the wave. Okay, so such waves we will call them as students longitudinal waves. On the other hand, in the waves created by dropping a stone in still water, the particles of water oscillate up and down. Yes, you must have done this. You must have thrown a stone in the still water. This water which is still, not moving. Okay, so if I have thrown, not moving means it is what you can say, it is very still. Okay, there is no movement in the water. So in such water, if I throw a stone, of course the water droplets, water particles, they will oscillate up and down. Okay, these oscillations are perpendicular to the direction of the propagation of the wave. So such whatever the oscillations of the particles will be there, they will be perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave, and such waves are called as transverse waves. Okay students, so we'll just see this is the simplest diagram for a sound wave. If it is traveling, you are going to get a crest and a trough, which we called it as the compression and rarefaction. Okay, now the distance between two crests is your wavelength, and whatever is the you can see what is the amplitude. Okay, the height from the trough to the crest, 1. Okay, that will be your amplitude. So this is the simplest, very simplest wave diagram, you can say, where you can see a crest and a trough is there. You can see the wavelength and the amplitude. This you have studied in your lower standards also. Okay, now this is the transverse wave. You can see the girl, she is holding for example any spring if I have taken. So if it is moving in this way, okay, then what you will say, you are going to see that there it is a transverse waves, okay, which are moving like this, up and down, up and down. Okay students, and if you see this longitudinal waves, they are going to travel perpendicular, yes, to the direction of the wave, right? So you can see how they are moving. Okay, so it will be in a straight linear direction. Okay students, I hope transverse wave and longitudinal waves is clear to you. Okay, we'll proceed. A sound wave can be shown in a form of a graph. Okay students, at any moment during the propagation of a sound wave, we would find alternate bands of compression and rarefaction of the medium. Yes, okay. So at any moment during the propagation, at any moment when the sound is traveling, we will find the bands of compression and rarefaction in a medium, okay, of the medium, that is the bands of greater and lesser density. Okay students, so see here figure 12.1. now here three diagrams are there. 12.1, okay, A diagram, B diagram and C diagram. Okay, you can see it in the diagram here. Okay, now figure 12.1a shows the changes in density. Okay, if you see, you can see here it is less denser, here if you see it is more denser. Okay, so if a loudspeaker is taken an example, then change in density you can see. Okay, so you can see the points are given. C for the particles which are there together, R is written for the particles which are little bit away from each other. Okay, so that is the change in density. Okay students, now while figure B shows the changes in pressure, if I am changing the pressure, okay students, then what is happening students? See here, see how you can get, see how it will look like this bands, it will look darker bands and very together. Okay, while R you can see the bands are there but they are placed somewhat at a distance. Okay, like this you will get a what you can say particular form of the waves you can see. Okay, then the changes in density or pressure are shown in the form of a graph in the figure C. Okay, so the changes in the density or pressure, anything we can simply show if there is a change in the density or pressure, simple wave diagram which I have shown you before also, like that only this you can see. It's a simple diagram. You can see here A means your amplitude. Okay, we are going to study that. A is your amplitude. This is sign called as lambda, which is the wavelength. Okay, so you can see how the wavelength is measured, the distance between the two, you can say the crest. Okay, in simple words. So, and see average density or pressure which we are going to take. Okay, which point we will take it as the average density or pressure. Okay, so we'll proceed. The wavelength of the sound waves is indicated by the Greek letter lambda. Okay, now only I told you the wavelength of the sound. How we are going to calculate wavelength? The distance between the two crests. Okay, so that is your lambda, while its frequency is indicated by nu. See the symbol. Okay, the amplitude, which is the maximum value of pressure or density. So what is amplitude student? It is the maximum value of pressure or density. Okay, is indicated by A. Okay, we have seen now letter A. The time taken for one oscillation of pressure or density at a point in a medium is called the time period. Okay, some time will be required now for this crest and trough to form. Okay, so that time we are going to take it as the indicated, or we are going to take it as the letter T. Okay, so again I'll repeat, the time taken for one oscillation of pressure or density at a point in a medium is called the time period and is indicated by letter T, capital letter T, capital letter A. Okay, the value of frequency determines the pitch. Okay, so if the frequency value you have, you can decide from it the pitch. Okay, whether the pitch is high or low. You know, while singing also there is a, when the singers they sing, they think about the pitch also, whether I should keep it up or should I keep it low. Okay, so that type of a sound will come out from the throat. Okay students, so the value of frequency, okay, that will be determining us the pitch, that is the high or low of the sound. While the value of amplitude means what? Whatever the amplitude means what? Maximum value of pressure or the density. Okay, so if the value of this amplitude will determine the strength or the loudness, how much loud the sound is there, it will be depending upon the amplitude. Okay students, I hope the term lambda means wavelength. Okay, then you have frequency, which we write it as nu. Okay, you can see the symbol, I have highlighted it. then you have the amplitude, capital A, okay, and you have the time period, one oscillation time period, capital T, okay. So all these symbols you have to remember, students, okay. And the next point which I told you, the value of frequency determines the pitch, high or low of the sound, while the value of amplitude determines its strength or loudness, okay. We will proceed. Now the velocity of sound, the distance covered by a point on the wave. For example, the point of the highest density or lowest density, okay, in unit time is called the velocity of the sound wave. So what is, students, velocity? You will remember the distance covered by a point, okay. If I am taking a point and if whatever the distance from the coming from high to the low, okay. So for example, the point of highest density, or you can take it as lowest density in unit time. So whatever the distance is covered by that point, okay, in unit time we will say its velocity of the sound wave. You will remember the formula, velocity is equal to distance upon time. This you know, you have studied it before also, okay. We will proceed. Any point on the sound waves covers a distance equal to lambda in time t, thus the velocity of sound is given by, okay, students. So any point, okay, on the sound wave, if I take any point on the sound wave which covers how much distance it will cover, students, you know, distance between two crests, lambda, in how much time it will cover, in time period t. So how you will give the velocity, students? V is equal to, you have nu into lambda, okay. You will remember this. V, wait a minute, yes, see here, this one, V is equal to nu into lambda, okay, because 1 upon t is equal to nu, okay. Now what is this 1 upon t is equal to nu? How it came? So instead of, students, this nu is what? 1 upon t, okay. So instead of this nu, can I put 1 upon t? Yes. So if I put, what I am going to get? Velocity is equal to wavelength upon time period, okay. V is equal to lambda upon t, okay. So if instead of this nu, if I put 1 upon t, students, so it will become V is equal to 1 upon t into, you have the lambda. So lambda into 1 is lambda. So you will get lambda upon t. I hope it is clear to you how you got lambda upon t, okay. So velocity, one formula you can have, wavelength upon time period, okay. Thus the velocity of sound is equal to wavelength into frequency. This is the another formula. Velocity is equal to wavelength upon time period, okay. And velocity of the sound you can calculate by the another formula, that is wavelength into frequency, okay. Is it clear, students? Remember the formulas, okay. Now in any medium at fixed physical conditions, the velocity of sound of different frequencies is very nearly the same, okay. Again I'll repeat, in any medium, if I take any medium at fixed physical conditions, okay. Physical condition means keeping the pressure normal, keeping the temperature, okay. The velocity of sound of different frequencies, velocity of sound which have different frequencies will be nearly same, okay. Means they will be traveling with the same speed, we can say. The velocity is highest in solids. So sound waves have the velocity highest in the solids and least in the gases, okay. It increases with an increase in the temperature of the medium. Yes, if I increase the temperature of the medium, students, then the velocity of sound will increase, okay. I hope it is clear to you. Again I'll repeat, in any medium at a fixed physical conditions, the velocity of sound of different frequency is very nearly the same, very nearly to the same, it is said, okay. The velocity is highest in the solids and least in the gases. It increases with an increase in the temperature of the medium, okay, students. So this is the table which you have, the velocity of sound in various mediums at 25 degrees Celsius. So as I told you, if the temperature increases, velocity of the sound increases, okay, students. So this is shown at the 25 degrees Celsius. If you see here, it is shown at the temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. So state is solid. Substances, if you take aluminium, nickel, steel, iron, brass, glass, so all this is the speed which is of the sound. Okay, so just go through it. Okay, important is like glass, air you can remember. Okay, or this water you can remember how much is the speed. So the normal common one you remember the speeds. Okay students, so please go through this table properly. All the values are given to you in this table. It is given in your text. Okay, so we have come to the end of today's presentation, students. So today we learnt about what you learned. You learnt about the longitudinal waves. Yes, you saw the transverse waves. Longitudinal waves were the perpendicular traveling with that of the direction of the, what you can say, the direction of the waves. Okay, so the longitudinal waves, they are linear waves. Okay, they are linearly perpendicular with that. They will be traveling, parallel with this, not perpendicular. They will be traveling parallel. Yes, transverse waves, they are the forming. They are going to have the crest and the troughs. Yes. Then velocity of sound we saw. What is the velocity of sound, students? Velocity is equal to distance upon time. You have this formula, and V is equal to wavelength into frequency. Okay, you studied this formula. Then wavelength of the sound wave we have studied. Okay, so I hope whatever today we have studied, you have understood. Please go through it properly. Okay, we'll meet in the next presentation. Thank you. Sai Ram.